Now, with most Souls games, you have a blocking and dodging mechanic. In Lies of P, like, yes, you can dodge. You can even double dodge if you get it unlocked on the P organ. And the blocking feature, you do end up losing health and stamina over it, but if you end up blocking at the perfect time, you will perform a perfect guard. With this, you do not lose health, and to get the ultimate defense technique, all you have to do is perform a perfect guard and break the enemy's weapon. Each weapon has a certain amount of durability, and if you break it with a perfect guard, that's how you get that achievement.
How'd you do? Oh, don't pretend surprised that I got here before you. After all, in fairness, I do benefit from your prowess as well. They say a terrible monster lives on the cliff. At the end, I have absconded with treasures from its lair. Rare parts. And I catch your interest? If you're a worthy hunter, and you're a worthy hunter, and it is worthy prey. Show that.
Now make sure to use up every dialogue option with him before heading back to the hotel to talk to Eugenie.
From a technician girl? I don't remember. Anyway, thank you. My God, I never did like that girl. She's just like him. Oh, never mind. I thought you had better taste than this. How disappointing.
Now, when you get back to her and have the conversation, you'll have a dialogue option to choose. You either tell the truth that he was upset, or you lie and say that he liked it. Now, apparently, to get a future achievement, you can choose either or here. Now, I opted to tell her the truth, just to make sure I didn't mess anything up. But if you do lie, you end up getting more humanity. But I figured since I'm getting a lot of it already, I can kind of skip this one.
His fingers are fine? That can't be right. And no, I'm not being precious about my work. When the workshop tower collapsed, the Hound lost a finger saving me. Something to puzzle over. In any case, thanks for doing your part. You have a moment to talk about Alidoro? I know I sound obsessed. We could have starved to death trapped under the rubble. I don't want to think about it. It's why it's so puzzling. Could you find out more about Alidoro? In any case, we need to watch out.
I thought I was forever amongst us humans, puppets. If I learn how to... Hello, my only friend. It is... Hello, my only... I meant... Hello, my only friend. I hope I find... Hello, my only friend. Clapping is... It's good to... I think if I make human friends, you may not always be my only friend. At the House of Vani, Master Vani, patrons of... At the House of Vani.
Ah, this must be quite an urgent patient. You are still breathing. Trust me, it's better this way. I remember now. My Adelina.
Earthquake! That came from the direction of Krat Central Station. Oh, this could be bad, pal. Really, really bad.
Now when you get there, don't head off to the left because that's where the next boss is. Head off to the right and talk to the rookie explorer Hugo. Now this is important because you need to exhaust every single one of his voice lines to get the next cryptic vessel, which is the old cryptic vessel.
I am on a serious expedition. You wouldn't happen to know a treasure hunter named Alidoro, would you? I'm a big fan. I plan my expeditions to follow Alidoro's traces, but this lock has me at a dead end, and I so wanted to explore the Hermit's Cave. All I can do is keep plugging away. If you come back by, say hello. Maybe I'll get this place open. Life is short, and life in Krat is shorter. I reckon I should cherish. All I can do is keep plugging away. You never heard of an unlike and professional? That's why I know there are the rumors. Alidoro is the last person you'd suspect of crimes like those. Alchemists must be behind it. Those. I mean, come on. Would you get? Life is. All I can do is. My treasure. It's a cryptic vessel. A sort of. I think it's a clue to some stone. You know what they say. No.
And instead of moving on to the boss fight, we're going to solve this vessel, so we headed back to Venigni to have him decrypt it, and now we're going to head to the Path of the Pilgrim, take the elevator down off to the left.
How did you find this place? They say those guys blabber about loyalty, but when the chips are down, I don't know what's inside, and I don't really care. Take it. Love watching people fall into a trap. Never gets old.
After that, it's time to head back to that bridge stargazer and work our way down to the left to the next boss. Now here comes this fucking impossible attack that you can't fucking dodge. See, he just rams you into the wall. See how long that goes for? Yeah. Look at that, bro! Dude. How can I dodge that? Yeah, I'm sure that somehow hits me, but yeah. Look how easy that was that time.
I knew you'd do it. I had a feeling you'd be the perfect bait. I got what I wanted thanks to you. I knew where it was, but I didn't dare lay my hands on it. You have my thanks. And you've earned a nickname. See you at the hotel. I found the last treasure thanks to you. The saber. A precious... It'll always remind me of the rascal who stole it, then fell into the nest. Let the punishment fit the crime, A great weapon calls for... What's this? Oh dear, your practical jokes go too far.
Right, yeah.
Let me explain. There is an unscrupulous report. One time, I didn't give him a certain What has this world come to? Perhaps I should be pleased that this scrap of paper is powerless, as there's a great weapon called...
Alright, we already have the katana, the 2 dragon sword, which is good. Also, while we're here at the hotel, you can actually talk to Belle and you can take on a quest to find her partner, which is something we're going to need to do later on in the story.
No. Can it be? It can. Are you hurt anymore? Now, allow me to return. The golden ergo is the purest form of power we can use. You see, the alchemists ordered transportation from me. Power. Just one problem with. After all, I... A secret alchemist's underground lair. That sounds like something Antonia might well have heard of.
You made the right. She is so happy. I know now. Perhaps it's thank you.
Now this is where the cure I mentioned earlier kicks in for Antonia, because this is where we can actually talk to her to get the greet gesture. Again, the only way to get this one is to give her the cure, so you want to make sure you talk to all the NPCs at the hotel.
Life is short, and life in Krat is shorter. All I can do is... you actually met Alidoro and asked him about the wine? That's odd. Alidoro and Medoro are friends. When I was hurt, he took me to Medoro, who was one of the... There's gotta be a logical explanation. In times like these, when truth and lies are blurred, I trust Alidoro. Anyhow, you gave me the... Take this in return.
Now this is one big thing before you move on to the next area. Make sure that you've done everything that I've talked about previously in this video that has to deal with the first area of the game, the first chapter of the game, with Krat Central Station all the way up to Saraceni Alley. Now the reason for that is because when you make your way from the Barren Swamp Nest to the next area, you'll actually end up back at the Krat Central Station, but instead of puppets this time, it's actually infested with carcasses. It is, look. See, it's the station where you pick up your weapons.
Don't kill me. I'm a human. Just a soldier. Are you a stalker? The suburbs are sealed off. Communications cut off too. So, if you meet someone named...
You lost, little lamb. Hand over all you got. In a city where everything is upside down, the strong rule, not the wise. Welcome to the city of the future, and the future is death.
Look at that, bro. He was gonna infinite combo my ass. Throw your knife. Throw it. Come on. Yeah, go f yourself, little buddy.
Good to see you. Soldiers like me are blunt. Is...
I don't suppose you'd like to...
Sorry. I've been...
Even if the abnormal...
I didn't see it myself. I didn't know the scale of it all. So let's add that earthquake to our list of strange and bizarre happenings in Crop.
Look at that! Look at that! That's insane! Oh, I don't know how the f she missed those. Oh my god, bro. This bitch. I'm sure that hit me. And I'm sure none of my attacks are hitting her too. Oh my god, look at my HP, bro. That is so annoying. Get bagged on, idiot.
The hotel is under attack. Everyone's in danger. Head to the hotel and hurry.
Communication through ergo. An interesting parlor trick. Quite the performance, Papa Chipata. But your lies will be useless in the new world. The world of truth. But you are worth studying in the meantime.
What could it be? Come on, pal. No time to lose.
Another fine day in the... The king thinks this riddle might be quite a poser. It's all about... This one should be easy. This blue flower has many ways to take root. But only on man does it ever bear fruit. Correct! Yeah, I think you get the charm behind these riddles now. Yes? Charm. What? You felt threatened? Well, sometimes it's good to trust your feelings. A metaphor is a tool for hiding horrifying truths. It is a creation unique to humans. Now then, another question. Not a riddle, no rhymes. Just a question. For you. Ergo does not appear out of thin air, so when... Ha! Yes! Always leave them laughing. That's what... Till we meet again.
What the f is this? Yeah, I'm sure of 180 would do that. Okay. The one time I don't do what I need to do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure your infinite reach somehow hit me.
I'm sorry, child. Geppetto has been kidnapped. The alchemists planned the whole thing. I certainly didn't expect an attack on the hotel. My portrait. Behind it lies a passageway to their base. Play this chord on the piano in my... Apparently, I must remain careful out there, won't you?
Now, after you're done talking to her, you can actually head downstairs and deliver that special Krat supply box to Polendina, and this is where you can buy the rusty cryptic vessel. Have Venigni decipher, and this is where you'll actually head back to that barren swamp bridge where Hugo was, and now that gate will be open, and you can head inside to Hermit's Cave.
I always welcome. Ah, thank you for coming. Why don't I hide these? I am a perhaps some.
Oh, you're here. See? No trace of Alidoro inside, though. And the Hermit's Cave. My next stop is the relic of Trismegistus, one of Alidoro's favorite treasures. I'm curious why he'd go back there. Time. Maybe I'm getting the hang of this sort of work. See you later.
It's better to end this way. Yet, while the getting's good.
Also, don't forget, we got that 4th Trinity key, which means we can head to the 4th door, so you're going to want to head to the Krat Central Station Lobby Stargazer. Now, before we do the next thing, I do want to talk about 2 achievements here, which is the strongest normal and special weapon. Now, you've been going to Eugenia now a couple times throughout the game, and you'll notice that you can actually upgrade the blades on your normal weapons and the full weapon for special weapons. And throughout the game, you've been collecting a variety of moonstones. Now, you're gonna need a couple of each type to upgrade the weapons all the way. Now, for normal weapons, you need to upgrade them to level 10 to max them out, and for special weapons, they only need to go up to level 5, but require a different type of moonstone. Now, at this point in the game, I was actually able to upgrade my favorite normal and special weapon on my first playthrough all the way to the top, so I was able to unlock both of these achievements at once.
I think I've been here before. Maybe I haven't gotten all my memories back after all.
On top of that, we're going to find the 5th phone to grab the last Trinity key.
Soon, this little dance of ours will come to an end. No one's ever danced longer, I promise, my friend. Will you stay with me too? Blind confessions reveal one's true guilt. True confessions of blood being spilt. This one's evidence, black and white. I know. Oh my gosh. Ashamed of lying? You should. Or maybe there's you or so. We had a good time, I could tell.
Similar to the third key, he ends up giving you a box that you open up, but you do get hit with a max decay proc, but you'll notice that this thing says the Chosen One's Trinity key. This is the final key we're gonna need.
Accept your fate. Death has come for you.
Alright, demonstration time. Who wants to watch this guy break apart?
Yeah, I'm sure your reach is just unlimited, bro.
Even if we're just facing fire, you're going down.
I'm blocking.
Just like Big Brother wanted.
I didn't want to owe those enemies. We're getting revenge together. Die, Geppetto's puppet.
Oh my god, the lunge is crazy. Look at him.
Even when we couldn't save our brother, that's when our flame was sealed.
I don't know how I dodged that. Yeah, I'm sure he hits me with that, yeah. Back up. Get the stamina back. Now, after you activate the Stargazer there at the combat field and move on, you'll end up running into Alidoro again, and this portion is very important. Make sure to go through every single one of his dialogue options. Now, you see at the bottom of all the options it says you can attack him, which you're gonna need to do. Technically, he did help, the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, take Geppetto, so you kind of are justified to take him out, but the reason you need to is so he drops his cryptic vessel.
Makes it seem like, sir, what will it be, quietly? Got to be joking. Don't come any closer. You're like a human.
Now, if you remember before, at the Barren Swamp, we gave Alidoro the glove, we came back, we told Eugenie the truth. This ties into a couple of things, including 2 records and an achievement. Now, you can only gain 1 record per playthrough, so you are going to have to play New Game Plus to get access to each of these. Now, my first playthrough, this was kind of the easy one, which is the Far East Princess record. All you have to do is follow the steps that I mentioned with giving the glove to Alidoro and then killing him at the Relic of Trismegistus here. Now, you'll head to Venigni to decipher his vessel, but you don't need to read it. You talk to Eugenie and tell her that Alidoro was just a talented stalker for this record. Now, this way you do miss out on an achievement, but you're going to need this record anyway, so if you get this one the first time around, you don't have to do it the second time around. Now, for the second record and the achievement, you can get the Proposal Flower Wolf Part 1 regular record. Now, pretty much do what I said before. You're going to give the glove to Alidoro, you're going to kill him, you're going to decrypt it at Venigni, and make sure you read through every single page before you talk to Eugenie. And again, once you start talking to her, you're going to choose the other dialogue option saying that he was actually her older brother. This is how you get the record, and then also the Story of a Stranger Girl achievement. Now, her achievement is easily missable unless you do these steps all in a row, so keep these things in mind. But like I said, you're going to have to get both records anyway, which means you're going to have to do 2 playthroughs regardless to 100% this.
Does he think he's better than Oh, this was precious. It's the only thing my brother left me. And now I'm giving it to you. You showed me the truth after all, and that's priceless.
Lever resembles. Yes, it seems we can use it to call us. Listen, pal. Nice landing, but, let's not make it a habit. What the? Hey, it's Sophia.
I wanna go home.
Hi. He didn't even come to your ground. Please teach me how to use a sword.
My God. If I had known this would happen.
Yeah, so now we have to make our way all the way up there. What is that? No way. Oh, I was about to say. Now, eventually you'll make your way inside this room, and after you defeat another Hulk mini-boss looking dude, you can actually find the 5th and final Trinity door. Once you're inside, you'll be able to talk to the guy who's been talking to you on the phone this entire time, the King of Riddles, and in the conversation you will have to make a decision between human and the puppet. I decided to go with human because I believe you do get more humanity points for quote-unquote lying, but you can choose puppet if you'd like. It's up to you.
Factual guest. I bid you welcome, puppet of Geppetto. This is our first face-to-face meeting, isn't it? And I hope you weren't too attached to the rhyming. It gets to be a chore without the transmitter to help. Welcome to my Sanctum of Riddles. I admit I did not really expect you to make this journey in person. Oh, the havoc you must have wreaked along the way. Was there much blood other than what's all over you? I know all about those alchemist cowards. Hiding away on their island, growing more monstrous by the day, refusing to acknowledge either fact that they are hiding or that they are monsters. And how about you? Is this the real you? Or are you still practicing the liar's art as only you can? You must answer. The question is simple, but I repeat, you must answer. And that answer will show what or who you are. Who you have decided to be. Now listen closely and heed the king's speech, or the answer to this one will stay out of reach. Are you a puppet or a human being? Which one are you? Are you a puppet or a human being? Which one are you? Finally, you understand! Yes, we are human. We may be trapped by Ergo, but we live, we think, we love, we hate. They have locked us in the prison they call puppetry. I learned this truth long ago. That is why I've been exacting my revenge against them all ever since. Blood and revenge, revenge and blood. It's the only thing that truly drives me. And it was so much fun. Even if you're lying right now, even if you don't believe your own answer, the truth is clear. Proof is evident. Only humans practice deception so intensely for reasons that are so unnecessary. Well, these moments of clarity are enjoyable. Now the rhyming, it helps me maintain focus. At least it helps me hide the urge to kill that I feel every waking moment. But no play can go on forever. No. It was fun while it lasted, son of Geppetto. The king of riddles shall now retire.
After that, make sure to go through every single one of his dialogue options, and if you recall, at the arcade, like I mentioned, you picked up that collectible called Scandal, v the tragedy behind the flamboyance, and you read through it. You'll actually have a dialogue option here called the truth behind the Venigni incident, and afterwards, he will give you the Moon World Warrior toy. This is going to be very important for another achievement later.
Orphaned him before, not surprisingly. Yeah, thanks to you, so sad.
I'm not going back. It's cruel. Thanks. I can read memories. Ergo is crystallized. It's the worst. I can't stand it anymore.
Wow. You're really... Fighting is always... And I actually thought, in the end, I had a feeling my sister and I are going to leave for... You have to know, ultimately, we...
Now, that toy that the King of Riddles gave you, give it to Venigni and he will end up explaining his story. Now, to get the Story of the Prince achievement, the only things you need to do is, number one, do the End of Riddles achievement. That's the first part. And then the second part is just making sure that you picked up that collectible in the arcade and read through it and got that Moon World Warrior toy and turned into Venigni. And that's how you get this achievement. It does require, you know, 2 big things here. But other than that, this one wasn't too bad. Let's see, can I get this guy to run out here? Here we go. I just need those 2 to fight, or like those 3 to fight, and I'll be fine. Like, yes, David, this is cheesy. I get it. Did he just win that? Damn, bro went crazy. They're both like pretty even on health. But that one guy is clearly whooping him right now. Now that's when I decided to go back to the hotel and have Venigni decipher this vessel. Now this one is fairly unique and does require the Frozen Feast special weapon. Now you're like, David, Alidoro is gone, but good news is that Hugo is actually in his spot in the hotel, so you can still get those special weapons. And that's half the reason I even said to keep the boss's Ergo, because you're going to need all the special weapons anyway, so make sure to grab the Frozen Feast. So what we're going to want to do is head to the abandoned apartment Stargazer and work our way through the enemies here. You can just run past them if you would like, but the main thing is that in this certain area, there's going to be a vendor here, and the only way he will talk to you is if you have the Frozen Feast weapon equipped, so make sure to put it on. After talking with him, he'll give you an outfit and some quartz, and now that you've deciphered the 5th and final cryptic vessel, you will get the Veteran Explorer achievement. If you've been heading up to Geppetto's office occasionally and upgrading yourself using your quartz on the P organ, you should be able to reach Phase 5 around this point, and that's how you unlock extreme potential.